So I grew up in Delta State, and never in my lifetime have I heard of something called Rape Festival, where a day or a week is set aside where men are allowed to molest and rape women without any consequences. Women and girls who are found on the streets. Okay. Now, when I see videos like this, my brain goes two ways. It's either I am too angry, too enraged to speak, or I have so much to say that I don't know where to start. My brain just starts cycling and I'm just going crazy, right? And that's what happened to me for the past few hours where I've seen these videos. Now, the sad part is not just that there's a culture that set aside a day or a week for women to be molested, raped, and assaulted. It is, more interestingly, the fact that there are human beings, more precisely boys and men, who think that this is okay. So let's say, oh, there's a day set aside to kill people, and there are actually people who believe that, yeah, this is okay, let's do this. It's not just let's do this, we are excited to do it. Those videos, watch those videos and see how excited these boys, these people were to rape a girl. How excited they were to run across the road to drag the girl's clothes from her, where she's even clasping her breast and holding her chest, to drag her clothes from her and then insert their genitalia into a girl forcefully, simply because the society or a tradition in that community says it is okay to do so. You see the excitement, the glee, how cheerful they were, in haste, eager to do that, eager to assault, eager to rape. This tells me that the only thing that keeps society sane, the only thing that's keeping men in check generally, is laws. That unfortunately, even the laws is not even properly enforced in Nigeria. Just imagine this time, this society, this village where they said, oh, this is a day for you to do this. They didn't revolt. They didn't hold back or protest. Or why would you do this? We have mothers, we have daughters, we have sisters and friends. They did not revolt. They were eager to do it. So you see how excited those boys were to rape? It is the same excitement, the same level of eagerness that you would see in the comment section where men are commenting, well, women must do this because the Bible says so. Women must do this because it's our tradition. Women must do this. Women are meant to be lower than men, are meant to be in the kitchen, are meant to be that because our tradition says so. So you see that once there is a little backing of it is okay to do so, you see how they rush it. You see how they tend to use that to justify it. So it's not that they don't want to do this. They want to do it, but they are just waiting for a backing, a go-ahead from anywhere, from any law. No matter how ridiculous it sounds, they're just waiting. Whether it takes twisting the Bible, whether it takes heavily focusing or literally interpreting a particular text in the Bible just to favor them. It is that same excitement, that same eagerness you see them. It is also that same eagerness I see in men who are very quick to say, not all men. But you will not see that excitement, you will not see that same eagerness. You will not see that same eagerness in them, like calling their bro or their friends to order to say, guy, don't do this. The same eagerness you use in shouting at women and saying, oh, feminists are bitter, women are shouting, women are angry. But you will not use that same energy to call your men to order, your fellow men, to advise your friend. You are very quick to block someone who says not all men but always a man, but you don't have the same energy to, use that same bro code to call your men or your boys to order, to speak to men, to speak to this particular set of boys who need mentoring, because clearly it is mostly boys and men that need mentoring. Girls have been raised for generations to be this, to dress decently, to do this, to do that. But you see how The mindset shift that these men and these boys need to have that matters. That's what they need. It's not about caging women. It is about speaking to men. Because you see now, there are men online blaming women and saying, oh, but why am I not staying inside house? Why were they not inside? Let me tell you something. I got a message from someone. I think I might attach the message here. And she's a student. Clearly, this thing was not even announced. Secondly, this particular festival was happening in a remote area in Ozoro. But because of how desperate these boys were, they took it out of that town where it was supposed to happen. Even though it is still bad, even if it is happening in the remotest village, it is still a terrible crime. But they took it out of there to the towns where the Ozoro Polytechnic is located, or where students reside. I'm hearing that they are even going to students' hostel to rape. They are raping girls where this thing is not even happening. And clearly, the Ozoro Polytechnic, the Polytechnic there in that particular town, they are in session. So students are in school. Some of these girls that were raped, they are students, and some of them are writing exams. So you imagine you are coming back from an exam, or you are sick, you went to buy a menstrual pad or something. Yes, you are not an indigene, so you can't really know. Even there are indigenes there that don't really know exactly everything that's happening. So you cannot be blaming the girls for saying, why are you not staying inside? Because school is in session. Students are in school. Those girls are students. Most of them, they are not even from that place. So it makes no sense for you to be putting the blame on girls by saying, why? But why would there be a law or a tradition where girls should stay indoor? That is the only solution to not be raped. Do you know how many reasons, how many factors can take you out? You can have a medical emergency, you can have a business, you can be on your way to travel. I even saw a video where there was a guy and a girl, a boyfriend and girlfriend. They didn't realize what was going on. They entered into that situation, and the crowd of boys, they dragged the girl from this guy, they raped the girl, they beat the boyfriend. So you see that even one good man is not enough. The guy was there, but he could not do anything to stop. He stood there, they raped his girlfriend in his front. So you, again, to the point of men are protectors. I used to tell people that this is an archaic term, because what could he do? He himself was helpless. He himself will be traumatized. I don't know if he was hurt or harmed, but he himself, you see that. So all these men are protectors. The same men that were supposed to protect the girl, or protect, right? They were the same men raping that girl. So let's not throw words around. Let's not be too quick to say, oh, women are angry. Oh, women are actually not angry enough. Because if this was happening to men, I'm sure that men would have hit the street, protested, start, destroying things, become enraged, and become mobs, basically. I guess maybe that's the point of anger that women need to get to show that this is actually unfair. This is how angry we are. So if you are angry, it is actually a justified anger, because this is so unfair. For a law like this to exist in 2026, and for it to actually be happening, and for there to be men and boys willing to perpetuate this law, willing to bring this law to fruition, means that it is barbaric, it is crazy, it is insane. And I've seen men commenting and saying, these men doing these things are bad, these boys are bad. They don't know that this girl is somebody's sister, is somebody's babe, is somebody's daughter. That's a good mindset to have. But how about this girl is a human being and should not be defiled in this way? This girl is a human being. Like see girls as human beings, not as, yes, it's someone's daughter, but it's first a human being. First. And people saying that it's culture, it's tradition, respect their culture. Killing of twins was also once a culture, right? And culture can be changed. Culture can be dismantled, can be destroyed, and it should. This particular one must be destroyed. It is crazy. It is